So then if you want to be an artist, you want to be a rapper, why not go full throttle? Like, why do you need university? Why do you want to be a lawyer?
I feel like education would be good. Well, okay, I guess would I say 3 reasons? The first is education is important. I wanted to know something. And not just like feel like I know it. I want to actually go to school and be like, okay, I've done enough courses in this where I feel like I'm comfortable with this set material. And then learning anything, you build a skill set from there that you can transfer over to anything else, like, discipline, perseverance, resilience, all these kinds of skills. The other thing I would say is networking. I don't know if there's a better place where you can meet like minds than university. Mm-hmm. Especially like a guitarist I work with a lot. His name is Chris O'Day. Shout out Chris O'Day if he ever sees this. I met him at Western. We were both softs, like the volunteering program where you help a lot of first years get into university culture and stuff. We were both softs. We met and we've been performing since, and we still perform together now. Actually, I'm going to see his show on the 16th. Am I plugging Chris? This is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's performing at the Baby G on the 16th of June. This was not the plan. And it's interesting to me just looking back and thinking, would I have met someone who does this outside of university?
That's right.
Or would I have been able to build a relationship? I don't know about that. And even from the people we know, like our mutuals, people who play music or are into it, I don't know that we would have done those things if we were both either out of university doing other things. So that's something I saw with hindsight. But I feel like looking back on it, that was a very good decision as it pertained to music as well as education.
That's right.
So if you want to be a musician and you want to be a lawyer, so you just want to go to law school, get your law degree and all that stuff, how do you plan on balancing both of those things?
It's one of those things where it's, how do I say, one step and then the next and then the next.
You're going to take it as it goes.
Take it as it comes.
I have to because there's no real blueprint. Like I know artists, or like I look into a lot of the rappers or any entertainer I listen to really. I try to look into their backstory a bit to see why and how and all this kind of stuff. A fair few have done school and then gone into music.
Yeah.
Like enough to make me think, wait a second, this should be a norm. Why does this sound like an exception? Mm-hmm. These guys just don't say it. Yeah. 2 Chainz has been to school, done well. J. Cole went to school, did well. Lil Wayne went to school, did well. So I'm like, wait a second, like this should be common knowledge to know that you can go and get your education and then dip out and like really follow your passion in like a cliche sense, but follow it in the sense where you're like, okay, how do I add value to this industry now?
I see what you're saying with the undergrad, but then when you now say, okay, now I want to go to law school, in my head,
take it to another level.
Not even think to another level. There's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah,
let's say you're spending 6 hours studying for your LSAT and 6 hours in the studio. Someone else is spending those 12 hours in the studio.
Yeah, so they're probably not better than me though.
Oh,
like
diss track coming out soon.
It's not about diss track, but like whether or not like that's your opinion, that's fine.
Yeah,
like they're putting in the work and you're not.
That's true, and I feel you in that sense. That's even why like all this. Actually, you know what? I think it's actually really good you said that. This last year, 2 years ago, I feel like I did this in an unofficial way. But if I look back, I've probably written enough of this down. There were some things I wanted to make sure I was doing as far as being a performer, musician, all those things to grow my own skill set. So like 2 years ago, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to perform as much as physically possible while I'm in school in my, 2 years ago, whatever that was. And just get comfortable with it. Because I felt like performing was something I already had a natural talent for, aptitude for, but I was like, I need to do this every day, different conditions, full auditorium, one person, different, my songs, covers, going between transitions. I was thinking like, as a performer, how can I be the best here? Yeah. How can I be the best alive as fast as possible? In a holistic sense. Yeah. And that was really what that year was for. This year was more like, okay, I've done this, I'm comfortable with this. You can wake me up at 3 a.m. and I feel like I can give you at the very least a 90% my best show. Yeah. I can do that now because I know what it's going to be like. Now the next thing is, how do I network and find myself opportunities where I can like give my best people to the most people possible, give my best self to the most people possible. Yeah. And that was really the aim for that. So I was like, okay, that was good. And now the aim is, okay, even if I have a lot less time, I built that skill set, so if you put me somewhere, I already have a set list that I feel like I can put up against anyone's, no matter where I am. If you told me tomorrow you have to open up for Drake, do you not be comfortable? I won't even feel stressed because I've done it. No, because I'm like, I have a set list.
Hundreds of thousands of people?
Sorry, say again?
Or there's like thousands of people?
It'll be fine. And I'm not even just saying it to say it. Like, because of my track record and the shows I played, what I should have brought like my laptop with me. I have an Excel spreadsheet of all the shows I've done over the last 2 years.
Right.
And it's gone like, I've done at least 60 now.
So
no matter the scale, super comfortable. So it's like, and I have a set list of stuff I'm comfortable saying this music is good enough.
But you didn't answer my question though.
Oh no, I'm getting to that now. Okay. So now that I've done all that, I'm like, I need to get it to the point where even if I have a little bit of time in a day to grow a skill set, I've already mastered the things that if when push comes to shove, this is good. I can now, if I was going to law school and I couldn't make any more music, but all I was doing was playing shows, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes, okay, you go to school, let's even say say it the other way. 6 hours in school, or however long it is. Let's even say another 4 hours studying, and then I have a show to play. All I need then is rehearsal time and play the show, and then I'm back.
Let's ask this question a different way.
Mm-hmm.
What are your ambitions as an artist?
Greatest alive.
So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, if you say, because it's like I'm asking you this question, but it's also like I'm asking myself this question, right? Where I have a company, but I was working 9 to 5, and I know that like when I'm not putting work in my company, I'm basically sacrificing. It's gonna take me longer, and I may not get as high as I want to get.
Yeah.
You say you want to be the greatest alive, and that's amazing to say. And I love that you have that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're not putting in the work though. That's my concern. Yeah, I'm wondering about.
Now, okay, when you say putting in the work, I want to make sure I understand.
Because I feel like at that point now you have like tied allegiances, if you will.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like your time is like instead of you go like I was thinking Kanye West and Drake.
Yeah.
One of the things I know about these two artists is they're dedicated to the max.
Yeah.
Like they work very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like, you say you want to be the greatest alive, but again, in the 12-hour, let's say 12-hour workday, you're only spending 6 of those hours on music, and another 6 hours trying to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But someone else is putting their full 12 hours
on the music,
and then you think that you're gonna like progress faster than them, but you're not putting the work that they're putting in.
I'm gonna have to be way more efficient because I can't. If it's a time thing, I have to see like how can I still compete with this person when I'm putting in less time. I think it's possible. I think it is possible.
You say you want to be the greatest alive, then why does the law school come in? Why not just focus on music?
And just
why do you still want to go to law school if you want to be the greatest alive musician?
That's something I also want to do. And it's like I don't really see any reason why. At least so far, I'm like, okay.
You can do both. Yeah, that is true.
And that's how I felt. Because if that was the case, I should have said to myself, okay, I don't even necessarily need undergrad because I feel like I'd be so great at this. But I value education and I think it's good. Not that you're saying like it's not good. But
also, by the way, people are always confused.
Yeah.
Education and schooling are two different things.
No, true. I'm with you. I like, at least when I'm saying education, I want to say I see it from a skill set point of view.
No, it's not a skill set. It's credentials.
Okay, no, let's even say that. Okay, credential point of view. If I become a lawyer and I keep doing the music thing the way I'm doing, I'll be able to do a lot of stuff and understand a lot of stuff myself that I might have to outsource if I don't do that. Mm-hmm. And then I become more. I have a unique set of skills that I feel like will position me well in the industry. Great if it all goes the way I think it's going to go. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in the long term it's better to set myself up for that than to say, let me just focus on the one or the other. That's right. At least to me. And until I see a point where I'm like, this can't be done, I'm confident to say like, okay, let me keep going, ask people questions about how they balance some their interests and say education or whatever it is, and see how they go from there. Even like this last semester, I went to Fasken, the law firm that's somewhat close downtown here, and I was talking to one of the lawyers there. That guy actually, his story was actually quite interesting because he after high school, he made a band, and they toured and they made music for maybe 6 or 7 years. Right. And he entered law school when he was 27. Mm-hmm. So it was just interesting to see, like, he had done this for so long, and then he realized, okay, this is good. They got signed. They actually made it decently far in the industry and everything else. They opened for notable people, this, that, and the third. And then he was like, okay, now I want to try this law school thing and see how it can go. And it was interesting to me that he was like, I was like, okay, so this is someone who, you're not doing it at the same time. Yeah. But he's able to, he did this, and then he did this. Let's go. Check. She ain't gotta tell me what to do with it, I already know.